I think when I say keep marketing innocent, it's not about selling. It's to connect with an audience who really want to buy a product, right? Who really connect with your brand, who really connect with what you're doing. The asset that you create is not meant for shouting. That asset that you create is meant for a certain audience. How can you be empathetic towards them? Objective of creating that asset is to not gain leads. People who are really looking for it, like seeded in multiple places. I'm not saying Gumroad is a bad place. It's just one distribution channel. Okay. What if you were able to have 5 of these places where you didn't expect an email ID? Just the Google Doc link.
I would recall Notion not for the product, because there's like hundreds of product management tools out there, right? But I would recall Notion for the templates which I would have downloaded from them for managing my roadmap.
Their only objective is how can I use my creativity to create assets that I can help people? And they know that they would probably end up getting paid for it at some point in time.
Hi Ramesh.
Hello.
I can see a fresh glass of coffee, of course, right? But I can see you trying different blends now. So which one is winning the caffeine race, Ramesh?
Caffeine race has been won ages, where the traditional South Indian filter coffee is world number 2. You can always question why it's not number 1 at the end.
Okay.
But this is the Brazilian blend that I got recently.
Okay. And you're liking it?
It's very powerful.
Okay.
It's very strong, keeps me going for the whole day. And it's just absolutely smooth the way I run this. Like, I don't feel tired. I really feel this is great, unlike a software product with bugs.
Okay. That's fine, Ramesh. Well, if you have a dream to have a software product without bug, I think I will let you dream about it. But anyway.
But the coffee is indeed a dream coffee.
Right, but let's get to the topic. Ramesh, I have an intriguing topic for Ramesh today. Right? So the topic is all about keeping your startup marketing innocent.
Yeah.
Right? Because of late, right from the days when we started building a high performer, I've been hearing this from Ramesh. Ramesh, let's do marketing where our customers, the target audience, don't realize we're doing marketing. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it, of late, it's more of keeping it innocent.
That's right.
Right? Now let's just understand a little bit more, Ramesh. I want to understand, what do you mean by keeping marketing innocent? Right? What is that? Right? And how is it different from what typically people do, right? I also tell you this, right? In early stage of startups, it's all about making a big splash or making it as smooth as noise as possible, right? No matter what. Now you tell me what is this?
With
that sense.
Right. So while Sri puts me on the spot, let me also welcome you to yet another episode of Reset to Zero. And that is Sri, Anna, myself, Ramesh. We kind of bring in a lot of topics. And today's intriguing topic of the day is keeping marketing innocent, right?
Right.
And I genuinely believe it when I say that, Sri.
Okay.
This comes from years of experience, especially when you're handling your own marketing, when the product is yours, when you're doing it. It is about storytelling. It's about connecting with your audience, right? And it is not about selling. Okay. It is not exactly about selling. I know a marketer these days is under the pump to sell as well.
Okay.
But I think when I say keep marketing innocent, it's not about selling. It's to connect with an audience who really want to buy a product, right? Who really connect with your brand, who really connect with what you're doing. It's about storytelling. You have to resonate. It should resonate with them very, very clearly. The message should resonate with them. And if they think that there is a place where it blends, when your storytelling is actually something that they see, it just comes naturally. So the job of the marketer ends up being great storytelling, not selling, bringing to the audience that matters. And once that resonates, the magic happens. And that's what I mean by innocent marketing. I know a lot of people have said you got to, have empathy, right? A lot of marketers have said have marketing with empathy, but it's not often practiced. Okay, right? When I say that, what I mean is the intention is obviously to be more empathetic. But given the pressure, you start shouting out loud. You start selling, right? You marketer wants to be a part of the entire selling process. A marketer wants to get the credit for having the sale done. And when you fall into this trap, measurement is different, but when you fall into this, hey, is marketing contributing or not, you start shouting out loud. You start gaining for attention. Okay. That attention it will anyway be given to you. Like think of two kids. A kid, both of them are hungry.
Okay.
One shouts out really loud and banging and creating chaos, and the other one, it's dinner time, and maybe just a little bit of, so it's catering to the other, and you're going to get the food anyways at that point in time, right? That's what I mean. Keeping marketing innocent is not the marketer should be innocent. I'm saying the method of marketing should be innocent. Like so, give it.
So what you're saying is that you're saying it's not about being loud. It's not about being loud, but it is about being heard.
Heard.
Right? That's the difference, right? But today, Ramesh, there's a SaaS product for everything. I mean, you name it, you can find a SaaS product, and you'll not find one, but you'll find 100, right? So, and then as a result, it's only through this marketing you try to create a differentiation, right? And then you tend to be louder, and you tend to be, let's say, it's like in your market. And let's say you want to get noticed, you just make noise.
Correct.
Right? And typically that's a mode in which we are set. Having said that, right? When you say that you do storytelling, and the storytelling has to resonate, and then it has to connect the problem of the customer, the solution you're offering. So all of that is one side, right? Which is great to know, right? But if you go to the social platform, be it LinkedIn, Twitter, you name it, right? What's happening today is that everybody is shouting aloud.
Yeah.
Right? So, and they're shouting aloud. I'm hearing this always saying that, hey, it's a lead magnet. Every marketer in the crowded market, competition, numbers, target. I can empathize marketers, right?
Thank you.
So they can't be innocent, by the way, but at the same time, they're going after numbers.
That's why I said marketers aren't innocent, right? It's the marketing that needs to be kept innocent.
And I want to double down. I want to double down, right? So what do you mean by that? See, I want to just get it down for early stage startup. I've been used to hearing if inbound means noise, right? Any noise is a good noise, right? That's what we've been talking about things. Now you're saying show story, tell with empathy, all of that is great. But can you tell me, like, are you saying that you should not do a LinkedIn post, offer, let's say, some, I mean, we have done that in the past, of course, right? Where you kind of offer something to download, and you'll let them download if they comment.
Yeah. So, right, Shri, let me put this in perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't shout. I'm not saying don't be on social networks.
Okay.
Right? You brought a good point about having a lead magnet. A lead magnet is an asset.
Okay.
Right? That is your brainchild. You've done something over there. That's your creation.
Okay.
So keep that away. Okay. No one's going to take the credit away from if you've done that. So the lead magnet is the way, it's the asset. And the way you communicate that should be empathetic.
Okay.
Right? It's not how loud you cry or shout to gain attention over there to get that. What I'm trying to say is the asset that you create is not meant for shouting. That asset that you create is meant for a certain audience. How can you be empathetic towards them? You're creating that asset. The objective of creating that asset is to not gain leads.
Okay, so in that case, what you're saying is that you want us to give but not ask.
Exactly. The objective of creating the asset, the lead magnet, is not to get email IDs in.
Okay.
It's to help a certain section of people whom you think is going to be helpful.
Okay.
That is it. And stick to that. Sticking to that objective makes it innocent, makes the marketing innocent. The moment you put out a lead magnet, right? And like you rightly said, go onto LinkedIn, you'll find hundreds of them saying, hey, I have the 300 best CEOs who are going to looking to buy something. Here is their net asset and whatever, right? It's just columns of Excel spread. Share, comment, follow me, and I'll give you access.
Yes.
So you're falling into the trap.
I mean, that's an extension of
it's just
we need to do it in the web, right? There's always this, what do you call it, gated content.
Right? I'll come to that. Right. So over here, what you're doing is you're reducing the value of the asset that has been created.
Okay.
And your objective is now becoming followers.
Okay.
Right? The use of that asset is lost, and you're only trying to gain more followers. That's just being loud.
Okay.
Whereas if you genuinely want to share it with people, create that asset. Okay. Yes, people who genuinely want it, they will come to you and they will just download it and move on. And they will come and thank you. When they thank you, you probably have a standard chance to get followed upon. The circle is probably slightly different rather than being out.
So what you're saying, I think I definitely would want to recall one point which Ramesh keeps making, right? At any given time, the number of people, who are looking to buy a product now is less than 5%.
That is right.
Right? Now, typically when you shout loud, you attract a lot of people, right?
Yes.
And you need to do it constantly because it's very transient. You cannot shout for long. You shout and then it spikes and then it comes down and then you shout again, it spikes. Now, having said that, which means that you attract a lot of people. Again, 95% of the people are not your target audience, but you create a lot of noise even within your leads and whatever capture you did. Then you put it into your pipeline.
Yep.
And then you create a lot of work for the team. You probably don't increase your team. Then you look at conversion, all of the things happen.
Exactly.
All the great things happen down. But to your point, what you're saying is that you're saying keep it simple.
Yeah.
Right? You're saying only basically attract people who would get benefited out of your asset.
Yeah. That's
Right?
it. Put it out.
That's what we're saying.
Openly, right? If I want to reconnect this, the way I probably would have done this 6 to 8 months back is, Shri, when we launched, we wanted to create a lead magnet, right? And
We tried
we didn't even have a product.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We just wanted a lead magnet. And why did we create it? The intention was probably to get more email IDs. But the asset was quality asset.
Correct.
If I go back, it is called the ultimate product launch checklist.
Yes.
It had a checklist for marketers when you're launching. It had a checklist for product managers.
Correct.
It had a checklist for, I think, for a product hunt launch or something.
Exactly.
Very comprehensive. The way we've done it, I've spent hours when it gets diminished when you put it on a platform asking for email IDs. And that's what we did, right? People pay money for that. They did. And you went out shouting, guilty as charged. We went out shouting, say, go download, we've created this, go. We did get some email IDs and whatever, but
It's very transient.
it's just transient.
It just stopped after a
We
point.
just stopped.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that if you do it differently, that's a good example, Ramesh. Even if I look back, I think that was a silly way of doing it because you put it on Gumroad. We thought a couple of people even put some few dollars on that to download because we thought putting in Gumroad was a very smart thing by giving an option for $0 and downloading, or people put it. And then we thought it was great how people started downloading it. But I agree with you, Ramesh. The moment we stopped shouting about it, the moment we stopped making noise, it stopped. Right?
Yeah.
But now, how do you do it differently? Let's
think-
talk about that.
What I would do now,
Yes.
the asset still holds a lot of quality.
Okay.
It holds value.
Okay.
Just give a Google Drive link.
Okay.
Right? Do not expect an email ID to come in because, like I said, like we've discussed this, people who are really looking for it, like seed it in multiple places. I'm not saying Gumroad is a bad place. It's just one distribution channel.
Okay.
What if you were able to have 5 of these places where you didn't expect an email ID? Just the Google Doc link. Seed it out there in 5 other places where the product, it could be a discussion in Reddit where you say, hey, is there a launch checklist? Just give it away.
Just give it away, put it as a Google Doc or Dropbox link.
Yeah.
And
it is there to stay.
It's just to stay, and people are going to recollect
Yeah.
when they launch a product.
Correct.
And if they use the product,
Yeah.
if they're going to come back and talk about, hey, I downloaded it from the co-founder of High Performer doing it, and that probably might going to have
more value.
much better
It's
recall.
the same 5%, but that 5% keeps trickling down.
Yeah, but what you're talking about is basically, being authentic is key. That's
true.
it. Like,
Yeah.
because in a lot of ways, what we did last time was just a lot of noise, right? But that also didn't stay for. We're not able to make it evergreen. So ideally speaking, if we have done that 6 months back, we would have probably be getting 1 or 2 people coming to High Performer and looking at what we have done.
Correct?
Because they would have basically been. That's a great learning. Maybe we should go back and do that again. But that's a better way of doing it.
That is right.
And Ramesh, I also now that you mentioned about being innocent while doing marketing, I also see there is one more thing, right? A lot of times this like over-promise done. I'll give an example, and then we fail to deliver, right? For example, typically this happens when you have a gated content on the website.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right? Could be a report, right? The most popular one is having a Gata report, right? And you kind of over-promise on the page, you have them download, and when they download the content, it just becomes very cliche. So which means that the content you give should be, very, very authentic. Authentic. Should really relate to the customer's problem and how you could solve for it.
Exactly. Bringing it back to your point of saying, how can I have empathy? With whom am I connecting with? The audience who really needs it, would find it useful. Let me create. That's a marketer's job. We got to be creative in figuring out who's your audience, what would help them. Put it out there. don't gate it.
Fantastic.
And then you would see the results automatically coming. People will come back and thank you for having done that.
Yeah,
rather than
now let's talk about few examples, Ramesh. I think one which comes to my mind the moment you say authentic, credible, innocent marketing, right? It's not just give credit to any particular vendor, but I see a lot of this new age, modern inbound marketing products like Notion, right? I would recall Notion not for the product because there's like hundreds of product management tools out there, right? But I would recall Notion for the templates which I would have downloaded from them for managing my roadmap. Templates I would have downloaded to manage my, the customer escalations, right? Various templates I have, downloaded because they've already started giving me value.
Totally.
Right? And I would say that is really, I would put them closer to what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Being
the
very
empathy.
innocent.
Someone had created that.
Correct. Someone had a problem. They address the problem.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And then there is a empathy that they've created. You've just said, oh wow, that is something that I can use. The template is there.
Correct.
You bought the template. You probably have gone back and thanked the creator. If you haven't, you probably should. But that's how you've remembered Notion.
Correct.
It's not about Notion. Notion is a very simple tool. It's just a note taking. It's got everything under the sun, but very organized way of doing it. But you remember Notion for the templates. And that's one big reason why you would buy it. And there could be multiple other reasons, each addressing.
Correct. In fact, they do it very, I would say, very subtly, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're doing marketing because they basically give you the content, try to solve the problem.
That is the innocent marketing already being done. It's correct. Preparing those Notion templates that would address certain audience.
And I'm also being familiar now because I also have used knowingly unknowingly Notion, already the free version. and actually build my whole product manage, the whole roadmap. And I'm going to invite my team.
There
right?
you go. Yeah.
And after a point, it just becomes an upsell out of that. But this is a great example. Do you have anybody else, any other
indie hackers?
Indie hackers, okay.
Right? They're a special breed.
Okay.
Right? Of course, the whole idea, they're very creative.
Okay.
People, they could be writing a piece of code or they could be helping you with content. And
okay.
But their only objective is, how can I use my creativity to create assets that I can help people? And they know that they would probably end up getting paid for it at some point in time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These indie hackers are a special breed.
Okay.
Huge respect to the entire community.
But what do they do? Let's talk about it.
They actually create these assets. They don't expect anything in return. Are you using them? They're not going to build a brand. They're not thinking about $100 million company. Of course, they come with no pressure, right? They're also operating under no pressure. But you have seen so many of them take this path. They've taken time, but they're successful. They are the ones who end up building a bootstrap company over a period of time because they've understood the whole idea of giving. Just being open and create pieces and just give it away. And you would see at some point in time, hey, if it's from this indie hacker, it must be really good. If it's even $1 value on it, I would go and buy it.
Interesting. And also they build it public, they share all the all things went well, and it creates a lot of credible, authentic content. Absolutely.
If you're building in public for marketing, then you're not building in public.
Correct. Interesting. I think this is very, very interesting, intriguing topic, Ramesh. Thanks for getting it in. What's your closing thoughts before we wrap up the pod today?
Keep marketing innocent.
Okay.
Right. Do it for the love of it. Create assets with an empathetical mind. Address it to the audience that actually needs it, and you will win. I think very keeping it very simple. So this is learnings because we've created a lot of assets, but the whole idea is lead gen, and these are all learnings that have come from failures. And it's important to share them with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I'm going to closely see how innocent Ramesh can get in the next couple of months. But thanks, Ramesh. Thank you. Thanks for sharing it. And then, to all listeners, feel free to add your comments. Like always, we go through them.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. Again, more comments, more topics that you want us to talk about. We'd be more than happy with that. This is end of yet another episode of Reset to Zero. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, listeners. Thank you.